Hello.
Hi.
We are DaintyHeroine. So we have an EP coming out this month. It's called You and You Alone. 7 songs. It's a long one.
Yeah.
There's a hidden track, so make sure you give the whole thing a listen.
Yeah. The whole thing. So we thought of Heroine because we were like, that's like a strong, powerful woman, which is like what you wanted for the band. And the songs are very like empowerment and feminist and all that sort of stuff. And then we thought like, if we needed a word before that, what could it be? And I kind of like the juxtaposition of just being a really strong woman, but also being dainty.
And I'm the genius. Okay, sure thing.
We're still delicate, but we're not going to take any shit. First track is The Mild Ones.
I think it was my favourite for a while, that's why we ended up putting it as the first song in the EP. I'm really fun on live. Shit.
Yeah, so this is like a bit of a fuck you song, but that's good. I like that. It's very like female empowerment, angry vibe. The whole thing is very like empowerment to us and to the listener. Really, really let loose with the anger, which is good.
We're both massive fans of SpongeBob as well. So.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
When I first started writing the instruments to that song, it sounded like, I don't know, it was just giving me bar fight vibes. It was giving me like biker gang. And then Cherophobia.
So Brandon sent me the song Cherophobia, and it had the title. I was like, what is this word? And it's basically the fear of happiness. Why did you call it that?
It sounded like a Blink-182 song. The first bit of guitar that you hear at the beginning of that song, it was very Blink-182-esque. But one of their like sadder ones, which is kind of not really akin to what you'd associate with Blink-182, which is kind of why I gave it the title Cherophobia. It's like, I'm happy, but I don't like it. This feels like something's about to go terribly, terribly wrong.
Yeah, I remember you were like, this is like the happiest sounding sad song ever. And yeah, it's literally just about, you've had depression for so long, and then you start to feel happy again. Then you start to think, oh my god, it's not gonna last, I hate this feeling, because you don't want to even feel that, because when you go back to depression, it's like, well, I had that taster, and it's back to the beginning. And also just sort of like putting on a brave face and going into social situations even though you really don't want to be there. AKA Heartbreak?
AKA Heartbreak is, it's pretty like heart on the sleeve kind of song about kind of recognizing that you're not really like over something and just, I kind of wrote that song, it was meant to be a cathartic experience. So we'll find out once it's out if it was a cathartic experience, but yeah, it's definitely a sadder one. It's a good song though.
Beautiful,
yeah.
I really like it. It was very like, it kind of washes over you.
Yeah. Speakeasy 2077. That's the one song on the EP that doesn't have any words. But for the most part, a lot of them are kind of titled to how they sounded to me at the time after I'd finished writing them. Speakeasy literally sounded like it should be played in a speakeasy in the future.
Yeah.
With like all cyberpunky kind of stuff going on. Hardest song to write musically, funny enough, I think actually was Speakeasy, because I really tried to not add too many things, especially because it's like a sort of genre that I've not really messed with a lot of before. But yeah, the real challenge was knowing when to stop. Yeah. So.
Latch. I feel like because that was like our baby.
Yeah.
That was like the first one that finished and we were like, whoa, we've actually made a song. Yeah. That's kind of mad. That is one of my favourites, but it's a very sad song for me. This song is dedicated to anybody who has been a survivor of sexual assault or worse. It doesn't matter who you are or gender or whatever, but it's like taking your power back, claiming your own body. Really sad.
It's definitely a heavier one, which like that it was a factor in terms of like which one to release first. I feel like that one is one that definitely should be released first and should be given like the appropriate, I don't know.
Yeah, because that's our single, isn't it?
Yeah, it's our single, and also like far too often do people feel like when they go through a situation like that to kind of not talk about it. But that's why we're kind of doing this as a single. So. We wanted to fuck up the cycle a bit and
raise awareness and not hide away from the fact that it's a very prevalent thing that happens in society. I think for me, the hardest songs to write was probably Lech, because it was just delving into difficult emotions. And almost like, I keep saying this to you, I'm really scared to release it because I'm like, oh, if people think that I'm just like, I don't know, being attention seeking, or I don't know.
That's exactly why we're releasing it first.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly why.
But it's good. I think it's a good thing.
Credits. The credits is actually meant to be an instrumental, and now that it has lyrics on it, I feel stupid for it being an instrumental in the first place, because it just the lyrics that you've written for that kind of I don't know. It completes the song.
Well, it's kind of like a healing song. Kind of when you shed your skin and become a new person, and you move on to a better version of yourself.
Which I've yet to do.
Because the lyrics going to say, these are the credits to the old me, and it's kind of like just deep self-reflection and kind of just improving. But you're never going to be the best version of yourself because you just keep evolving with time. So
yeah, it really like coincides with the title of the EP as well, like it being you and you alone.
Very personal.
Yeah, personal growth.
And Terminal.
Hidden track.
Yeah.
Listen to the whole EP and you'll find it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Terminal is an old song.
Terminal I wrote with a friend of mine in Canterbury. Must have been like 3 years ago now. And I kind of just forgot about that song's existence. And I was just sifting through like just MP3s on my computer one day. And I was like, oh shit, let me let me give that a listen. And then, actually, to be fair, I think when I listened to Terminal, I can't remember which songs hadn't been written yet. I think some songs still hadn't been written yet for this EP, so I kind of wrote some things in order to make Terminal fit in a way. But yeah, it's an old song.
We started writing this. Okay, so I decided that I wanted to do a female-fronted project, and Maddie has a great aesthetic for literally, I don't know if you've seen by now, but she's got a great aesthetic for this kind of thing. So the point at which I asked Maddie to sing on this, I only had, I want to say Lech in the works, but I was like, I can't just have this really gritty, dirty song and nothing else. So that's when I wrote Cherophobia. Got a little bit of a pop punk vibe in there. But I want to say this was being written from like June 2022.
Yeah, I think that's when you came to me, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, do you want to be on my on my EP? I was like, sure. Like, I don't really see myself as a singer. I didn't think I'd ever have songs. That's crazy. But this guy believed in me, and he is a genius. Brad is an absolute genius.
It was only going to be like 3 or 4 songs, but it needed more, so
Yeah.
yeah. Aesthetically, because the EP title being You and You Alone sounds very like love letter-esque. So I think once we got that first bit of artwork back from a good friend of mine, Layla, follow her at Layla Todash, kind of just tried to keep the aesthetic in sort of the same bubble, really. Inspiration-wise for a lot of these songs, I was really like going out of my way to try and mix everything together, like from song to song. I'd be like, okay, so I've included a little bit of this artist that I like, I've included a little bit of that artist that I like, but let me see what happens if I throw this artist into the mix. There was no real theme front to back, like writing these. It was kind of just write a bunch of cool songs, and if there was a specific vibe that I wanted to go for on one of these songs, try not to add too much to it and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean the genre really changes throughout the whole EP. It's very, like, each song is very different.
Yeah.
They all link though really well.
Yeah.
Like, it just flows.
It's a cool journey front to back for sure.
Yeah.
It's one of those
It
ones.
is a journey.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where I actually feel like it's got 2 like ways you can listen to it. It's one of those ones where it's really cool to listen to front to back, but it's because all the songs are so different, you can just like chuck on 1 or 2 of these songs into your playlist as well.
Yeah, that's true. If you love us, you will listen, so...
Yes. And even if you don't, you should just listen to it anyway.
Yeah, if you hate us, listen even more.
Why?
Thank you for watching.
Bye. Have a good time.